Yes, guys. Rajak back for another preview today. We're looking at the Brentford and Man City game. Very interesting one. Of course, Brentford, as it says in the title, is a bit of a bogey team for Man City. We have, in general, kind of struggled against them, probably more than we should have, I would say. Um, Brentford play a good style. They got a new manager, of course, but Pep said it's very similar to Thomas Frank, who's obviously doing great things at Spurs at the moment. So Brentford have a good system and a good style and good players. So it's not going to be as easy and straightforward as maybe we would want or hope. If it's a team in the bottom half of the Prem, they're a good side for sure. So definitely one not to take lightly. Before we do start, I'm going to say, as always, if you're new, like, comment, sub. Really helps me out. Helps the channel grow. I'm trying to get 500 subs. So getting closer to that every single day. Now, let's look at the preview here. So, got it pulled up, of course, as always. Brentford, tomorrow. It is at Brentford, 11:30 a.m. for me. 3:30, I think, for you guys over in the UK. And I will be doing a live watch along, so do come hang out, check the channel. I will be live for the game, watching it, and those are always fun. Interacting with the chat is one of my favorite things. So do come help out the channel, come and support the live watch along. Now, if you look at the table, this is currently in the middle of the games on Saturday. So at the moment, City are sitting in 7th, Brentford down in 14th, but 6 games played, 7 points from them. It's solid, it's good. Couple of difficult losses. That Sunderland lost, not great, but Sunderland looked pretty good. Lost to Fulham. Beat United, though. Of course, United are terrible, but they did beat them. Beat Villa and drew with Chelsea. So it's clear to me Brentford are a good side, and I'm not taking them lightly, as I've said. If you look at the last 8, excuse me, we have 5 wins. They have 2 wins. We got 1 draw in there. So you can see it's not been easy going for us specifically. But I do think it's a game that's winnable, and I think it's a game we need to be pushing to win because the Premier League, as you guys know, can get out of hand very, very quickly, and this is the most important competition for most people. Not for me. I saw the Champions League more than the Prem this year, but I know everybody wants to be competing big time for the Premier League. So if you look at Brentford's expected lineup, this is what we've got. It's just 3-5-2 they're running. And honestly, they've got some really good players. They got Gallagher's, obviously Liverpool's former backup, very good. Everybody said he was, either best or second best backup goalie in the league, and now he's doing good things for Brentford. Danger men are going to be Kevin Shada, of course, Mikel Damsgaard, of course, and this new guy, Thiago. I think he bagged 2 last week against United, I believe. So he looks like a good, promising striker for them. For injuries on their side, Gustavo Gomez looks doubtful. City doing much better on the injury front. Nori out, Cherky out, Kusanov out, of course. And I also I don't see Omar Marmoush listed here, but he's not going to be playing. I've seen no news of him being available at all. So I don't think that's true. Kovacic, though, maybe is able to make his return, and that would be nice. I don't know that he starts if he's able to play, but I think it's a good consideration, Mateo Kovacic, to potentially be in the squad. So with that being said, let us take a look at the lineup here, and we can build it together here. For me, I'm obviously going with Donnarumma. He has been fantastic since signing for City. I know we did draw against Monaco, but neither of the goals are really his fault or anything he can do. That first one was a worldie. Second one is a pen. What are you going to do? Defense-wise, do we go with John Stones at right back? I don't think it personally worked very well. With Kusanov still out, I think we run back Mateus Nunes. I just think that's a better option than John Stones, especially if we're going to be going Bernardo Silva on the right, which I hope we don't do. I'm not going to predict that, but if Pep does do Bernardo on the right, I just think you can't have a right side of Bernardo and John Stones together. You're just not going to get much, if anything, going forward. I don't like that. For me, it's not a good idea. Center back partnership. It's open to maybe some interpretation. Maybe you could get John Stones in there for Ruben Diaz, but it does seem like the partnership of Gavardio and Diaz for the time being is what we're going to get. So I'll predict that. And then the left back, I mean, I think we all can be in agreement here. Nico O'Reilly is one of the first names on the team sheet. Guy has been absolutely incredible since coming back into the side for Aït-Nouri, and he's really holding down left back. So much to an extent that Aït-Nouri might find it difficult to slide right back into the starting lineup because Nico has been that impressive, in my opinion. So midfield is interesting. Again, do you run Rodri? I'm going to guess you do. You do run Rodri. That's my initial take, I think. Rodri starts. Does he play the whole game? Hopefully not. Hopefully we're 4-0 up with 30 minutes left and we can take him off. I know that's not realistic, but I don't like the idea of handing this guy out, especially when he doesn't look super fit, I would say. In the Monaco game, he wasn't great. It wasn't awful, but definitely not peak Rodri that we're hopeful and we want to get back. So maybe we just need 60 minutes here, 30 minutes here, 45 minutes here, and we can avoid some full 90s for Rodri. And I know it's hard when games are tight. You don't want to take Rodri off because he's your best or second best player out there. So it's a hard one, but this game is really important for the Premier League, and I think Rodri plays. I think he plays, especially going into an international break where we're going to have some time off. Maybe he doesn't play a whole lot for Spain, so this will be good to get him some minutes. I think you start Rodri. In front, I think we're going to see a lot similar lineup, probably, but I do think you go Phil Foden. He's been fantastic playing in the middle, been our best creator for chances. He's been a goal scorer this year, needs to score some more. I do think we need some more goals from people other than Haaland, even though I know there's some debate about does Haaland score too much, which is nonsense to me. But Haaland, let's say he gets 60 a year, we still need 30 goals from spread around the other players. So Foden can be that guy that's in that 10 to 15 goals range. The other midfielder is interesting. Do you go Bernardo? Do you go Kovacic, who is allegedly back and ready? I don't think you start him, and I do think he's a squad player anyway going forward. So hopefully we don't see a whole ton of Kovacic. Do you start Tijani Reinders? Do you start Nico Gonzalez? I'm not sure. For me, I think Nico Gonzalez deserves a start here. Tijani Reinders has been okay. However, I think Nico has been a bit underappreciated. I think Nico starting over Tijani is fair. Nico wants to be an 8. He doesn't want to be a sole 6. And if you've got Mateus Nunes on this right-hand side and Nico O'Reilly on this left-hand side, they can both get up and down the pitch, whereas Nico and Rodri can sit together deep. I think this midfield is what we should run for now. I know Tijani Reinders is a fantastic player, and I do expect him to come good and expect him to have a better career than Nico G at City. But I think he deserves to be dropped for a game. He needs to pick up his performances, in my opinion. So no player is undroppable. I think you drop Tijani for this game and give Nico G a run in an 8 position where he can also sit deep with Rodri. I like that idea, and I think that's what I would do. If you look at the striker, there's only one man available, no Omar Marmoush, so Haaland, of course, starts in the best form of his maybe City career. He's been on fire and has been demanding more results from City. So, of course, he starts. Wingers, I think you have to start Doku, of course. I don't think Savinho has done enough to warrant starting. And then on the right, do you go Bernardo Silva again, or do you switch it up? For me, you switch it up because Bernardo was not super effective. Oscar Bob is effective when he plays, and I know people will say that I have a Bob agenda. I don't. I honestly just think he's our best right winger. I know I said that on the Mancunian Way the other night, and people didn't like that, but it is what it is to me. Bob is clearly our best right winger, in my opinion. Eye test says it all. I know I don't have the data to back it up, but he can score goals. He can assist. Bernardo can't do that. He has great work rate. It's maybe not Bernardo level work rate, but he still has it. He's got more pace than Bernardo. He's great on the ball. He's very slippery with the ball, and I don't think he makes mistakes. So I don't know why it's a debate. I'm starting Oscar Bob. Savinho has not done enough yet, in my opinion, to warrant back in the 11. Maybe he starts and has a great game, and that would be awesome. But it's not difficult to say or difficult to see with your eyes. Savinho has not been very good so far this year. He has not had a lot of chances. I'll give him that. But you got to earn those chances on the training pitch. And, who knows? None of us are out there watching. So we don't know if he's been really good in training or really poor in training. But he's not getting chances on the pitch. That's for sure. And when he's on there, he hasn't been super impressive. So I go Bob, Doku, Haaland as our front three, Foden, Nico, and Rodri in the midfield, O'Reilly and Nunes at fullbacks, Gavardio, Diaz partnership with Donnarumma in goal. Is the side good enough to win? 100%, without a doubt, this side is good enough to win at Brentford. I know Brentford is a bogey team and a difficult place to go, but surely this team is strong enough to put on that killer instinct and go 2-3-0 up, something like that. Kill the game early, and then we can bring in some rotation and prepare for this international break coming up. So I'm going with a City win, 3-0. City get a clean sheet heading into international break. Huge for confidence, huge for the Premier League, and I'm very excited to see the rest of the season. So thank you guys for watching. As always, do let me know in the comments what you think of the Brentford game, and come hang out tomorrow for the live watch along. I will be live 5 or so minutes before kickoff, so come check it out. Hang out with me. I appreciate it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.